Flight and pursuit. Some seek the truth. Some seek prey. Others seek a way out alive. Leave your account book alone already. What? Gonna wait a few days and then go selling your stuff out of your boot again? No, that's never happening. But just whenever I do something shameful, I feel the need to make a note. The doctor's a smart sort. She knew you'd gotten hurt on the first blush. Even. If she's not blaming you, that's because she forgives you. But she said she wasn't a doctor. She just learned a little first aid working someplace where they sell medicine. That's how she led us through treating our wounds. How do you know she's telling the truth? If you ask me, she's not your normal doctor. No. But there's no chance she's just some pharmacy worker. She had a full suite of medicine with her. Out here in the wastes? That's strange. Oh yeah. And did you see what she had in that box of hers? You're a business type. Got a guess on how much it was worth? I didn't look properly. Can't be thinking of stealing luggage from the person who saved us. No. I'm just asking. Got any more bread there? Not much. Give me a little, for God's sake. Doctor. No. Sorry. I know you don't like being called that. Do you want some bread? No, thank you. What are you reading there? It's just an old Terran poetry collection. Oh, it's in Terran. I never knew much Terran, see? Even less so when it's written, I suppose. If you want to sit down here, I won't mind. Alright. Actually, I've been meaning to thank you for last night. All I did was give you some medicine. There are things I ought to do. Cleaning wounds, bandaging. But I still can't do them that well. That's fine. I didn't even dare touch the wound myself. Scared the living daylights. What I wanted to say was, if you hadn't set that fire off, we might never have escaped. Fire? No. The fire wasn't me. I was just passing by. Okay, if you say so, then it must have been a coincidence. Dublin my arse. Those army lot'll call anyone who disobeys them Dublin. We're a lost cause. But good people like you shouldn't have to bear such heavy guilt. Do you hate Dublin very much? I couldn't say. I'll give you a word of warning, seeing as you're from the city. For the past while, Dublin's people have been around these parts. I hear they ran into one lot of Victoria's army, and not a single one of those Victorians survived. That upset the lords of the city fierce, so they transferred in a whole thing of soldiers to Trent, seizing people all over the Scathana fields. Burnt several villages down too. You really shouldn't have saved us, truth be told. We're not worth it. If I don't care for other people's lives, then I won't have achieved what I agreed with Rhodes Island. Eh? Sorry, you're talking a little too quiet, actually. No, it's nothing. I'm already aware of some of what you've told me. I'll be careful on the way. You're going now? It's day now. I won't need you to show me the way. Alright. I understand. Terrans like your sort. speaking Victorian so finely. I don't know. I know you don't like to talk with us much. Hey, you seen Carrion? Woman about this tall? Tail swings around when she walks. No? Could you look for her around these parts then, Doctor? She hasn't come back since last night. Selman, what's got you so... Ah, Fionn. Come on here and help us out. Oh? We've got signal here. Doesn't that mean we went the wrong direction again? Man, I want this as a skin, to be honest. Looks like it. The comms facilities around here haven't been destroyed, which indicates they haven't advanced upon these parts. Any words from Rhodes Island then? Basically the same as what the news says. Arson committed by a small group of Dublin soldiers in Redridge village last night, burning down a building in the barracks. But said soldiers don't seem to have fled into these barrens. The rest is all invalid info. It just so happens every nomadic city been far from these barrens for the past month. Our field operators haven't reported anything unusual. While we've only seen what marked the battles have left behind, and we can't even determine the scale of those battles from it, we can only tell one thing. There was a massive disparity between the two sides' power. It seems they made short work of that whole unit of Victorian soldiers. Bagpipe, are you listening? Eh? Your parts are installed in the wrong orientations. I can tell you're getting distracted again. Wow, Chen. I didn't know you knew Power Driver spear assembly too. It took me forever studying to actually remember how you maintain one. I never fully got my head around the assembly. I was just thinking, why does Hughes always sound like somebody else in his letters? I know it doesn't make much sense bringing it up, but that's fine. I've always trusted your intuition to be on the mark. You feel like there's always something he wants to say, but doesn't dare to? Just like how last time we went to see him, it was like he was being watched. Aye, that's exactly it. That proves we're not on the wrong track. The intel Hughes gave us was accurate. Enough so to put the enemy on guard. The army can hide their march route, but there's some leaked hint of how raw materials are flowing for war purposes. Over the past few months, the few Dublin units we've marked have all converged on this area. The outer parts of Trent? This uninhabited zone? Chen, you look like you've seen a 3 o'clock. Same dress as back in County Hillock. It's the Spectre Force. Come on, after them. Wait, Bagpipe. There's something very strange about them. Oh, there's just a few of them. It's like they're standing guard. Are they bait? No, not necessarily. They're reminding me of some things that happened in Lungmen. Don't underestimate them. We'll approach carefully. Oh, not 20 minutes, Pog. What's going on with these soldiers? They go down without putting up a proper fight. They don't even react to us yelling. They're already dead. They've been dead for over 48 hours. Chen, I know you're a copper. You're not mistaken when you see things. But these people were clearly standing before we knocked them down, right? I saw a kind of arts among Reunion's ranks that could control other people. But this and that don't resemble each other. Euphemia. If Rhodes Island's cultist was here, she might be able to feel out the difference better than me. That kind of arts refuted emotion and thought. It took living Sarkaz warriors and wore them down into walking weapons. But these Dublin soldiers are dead without a doubt. There's just some intense emotion that's still burning in them, even after they've died. Burning? It's just a feeling. If this art's had a definite form, if I used my Qizhao to cut through it, I'd imagine I'd be cutting through a fireball. Wait, I've seen purple flames. Strange purple flames burning in the eyes of dead soldiers. I saw the arts you're describing back in County Hillock. I haven't seen it since. Not once all this time. Chen, we're almost there, aren't we? That caster leading the Spectre Force in County Hillock. She's gotta be somewhere around here. I'll never forget how she looked. I'm dead sure I'll recognize her if I see her again. And when I do, I can find out the truth about Dublin. Right. Come on, then. We need to keep asking around. Villagers, maybe caravans who've passed by. We'll find them. Even if they're not specters for real. Patrol came brutally fast. It's lucky we've got good eyes on us. Ha! You think those Victorian Egypts say hello before they come snatching? You lot move ahead. I'll take a proper count. Been worried we left somebody behind in all that panic just now. Oh, that's right. Where's the doctor? Did nobody fetch her? Didn't she say she was off by herself this morning? I'm not minding her business. Besides, it's not going to be an issue if a Vicky soldier nabs her, right? She's not wanted. Look, she is. We got her involved in all this last night. It was dark out and the soldiers probably didn't catch her face properly. But how many Voivor have you seen around here? Well, if you can't help her, what's the point of dossing out about fretting the whole day? Wait. Hold on. Kyrin's here. Selmon, you did that on purpose. You lied to her saying we'd lost track of a friend. And could she go looking? Why? She was kind enough to save us and share us some medicine. And you just left her for the army lot to snap up? You don't get it? We leave her behind to attract attention, and that gives us a safe getaway for the time being. And she won't say much vital, even if she's caught. She doesn't even know which way we're going, let alone the fact that we're looking for Dublin. But she could die. Yeah, she went off alone. She'll run into a patrol sooner or later. We should have taken all her luggage while we had the chance. Wouldn't fall into those Victorian scumbags' hands, at least. It was her choice, Fionn. Did you not see her face when she saw me? She knew Dublin, but never had no kindness for it. And she spoke standard Victorian. Her sort hate us more than the real Victorians do. I can't swallow that, Selman. I trust my intuition for people. Relax, madam. I'm not familiar with what's gone on here. I know, you're not a Dublin ally. You just panicked for a bit and got mixed up with those insurrectionists. You've killed Dublins. You understood that? We're not mistaken then. There's very few Voivor around these parts who know Terran. Where did that Dublin soldier take you lot last night? No, they're not Dublin. And they don't have anything to do with Dublin either. I've never killed anyone from Dublin before. you've gotten something wrong. You can be honest here. You won't pay for it, so you don't need to fear it. The land around here has been under strict surveillance by the barracks. The Marquis of Trent has no plans to dither like some nobility has, letting Dublin stir up flames all over the place. That's why we could even tell who you were. Residents of a different village, close to Trent Cityway, reported news of Dublin to the barracks a few days ago. Those Dublin soldiers, before they could attack the village, were all felled by a white-haired voiver. Would we be able to turn on the tap, so to speak? We'd like to query your identity, motive, as well as last night's arson, which had held similarities to Dublin MO. Hold it! Are you trying to flee? Stop her! This voiver is scared of going on record. There's something afoot with her. She broke my saber? What kind of strengths does she... I've told you everything I can tell you. Let me leave. It'll be best for us. You must be a kind of those... You must be of a kind with those wretches, if you're so protective of them. Bumptious terror rabble. The lot of you. Fire! A few bolts aren't enough to kill a voiver. Suppress her first. Why do you hate them so much? You're a Terran yourself. Shut up! You are not to address me with that word. So anyone who spoke Terran since childhood is a Terran? I certainly never heard of the Terran people when I was young. If you're the one who repelled those Dublins, you should get it in your head that Terran is just an excuse of a moniker these bandits use to destroy the order. And once you do, you draw a clean line between yourself and them. It was the erosion of the Terrans by Victoria's vain stylings that led to so many to fall to banditry. A mentor told me this many years ago. I'm sorry. You're hesitating. You're scared of even stabbing people with your pike there. Are you looking down on me? Is that it? It was because, in an instant, they'd become ash upon the barrens. Go, Loshini. You don't want what you do to be discovered. Then the best way is to dispose of all eyewitnesses. No, I wouldn't do that. Captain! Retreat with the captain. Report this upstairs. Request backup. It's okay. They won't catch up to me. I'll be leaving this place very soon. I know the speed at which the Victorian army mobilizes. This is far from wrong to do. Who's there? She thrusts her spear force in vigilance. His point hovers over some shrubbery. It's me. It's me. It's me. I'm not going to hurt you. Yes, I'm very well aware of the County Trent. Let me read it out. Yes, I'm very well aware that County Trent won't be changing its entire course just for a single order, which is why we're willing to push back the delivery date and wait for the nomadic city to come closer. Of course, only mines with royal approval could provide originum fuel of such high purity, hence my being so thankful for the Marquis of Trent's friendly attitude to us. I imagine we're all very happy with this business partnership. Your secretary has left with the signed contract, Mr. Hughes. He'll deliver it back to the office. Please. I ask you trust him to properly handle such a vital agreement. No. I don't mean to doubt his management abilities, but rather, doesn't this imply you have more pressing matters to discuss with me, personally, than the contract? Hmm? After all, you did choose this secluded little getaway, and dismiss your servants too. Quite right. It's no surprise you'd surmise. I had these arrangements laid out specifically to convey my good faith to you. My wish is that our ensuing conversation will be founded on our mutual friendship from our time studying at the Royal Guard together. Lo. Shh. How funny you should remember that name. Well, you do know how famous she was at the ball. Oh my. Does it not make sense that her type could topple over and not get up while dead drunk in some godforsaken place? Yes, I trust the vast majority have forgotten all about her. Whether it was a true accident or some other party's orchestration. Everyone knew not to stick their noses into it. I much thank you for so lavishly feigning surprise. My surprise happens to contain a kernel of sincerity. Bringing up a name vanished from the school. A name with no record anywhere in Victoria of existing. You're practically bidding specters to come. You're not wrong. Then, let me be bold. Why, may I ask? Did you contact me of your own accord? I'm no more than a minor aristocrat making minor deals with all the mercantile brets. I couldn't do anything about the info you've hinted at. Misinformant. Are you looking to circumvent your higher-ups? To please your own swollen ambitions? Or are you... If you've made full sense of this conversation, it wouldn't do me any more favors playing the fool, would it? The gist of it is, I'm here specifically, given our previous time studying at the Royal Guard, to offer you, and the two who've been searching for the Spectre Force this whole time, a little warning. You knew. Yes. Of course I knew they came to see you. Plus, that you helped them pursue a batch of original products shipped to County Hillock half a year ago. Some people would say you've let slip a little too much. I understand how sensitive your position is and how multifaceted your responsibilities. Rest assured, I would absolutely never leak any of this classified information to anyone. As for those two rash students of mine, I'll give them a tat warning to quit while they're ahead. And I'll leave your staff a little head start on their investigation into your order's whereabouts. I appreciate your kindness, but being the paltry merchant I am, I fear I shouldn't be privy to too much. No, please, drop the humbleness. After all, you're the vice chair of your commerce coalition. I think the Earl that backs you would very much care about any information you gather doing business. Is the Iron Duke really so worth depending upon, given his sheer silence up to now? You know, it's about time he decided where he stood. Harmony, you're not telling me you're Victoria's... No. Just who are you serving? Mr. Hughes, I'd be very happy to receive the contents of our next contract from you. Sooner rather than later. Sorry. Really, I'm not here to hurt you. Please don't touch me. I couldn't will myself to come out just now. Sorry I didn't help you. What am I on about? You're good enough with your spear there to knock a soldier out in a swing or two. Hardly needing anyone else to help you. You should have withdrawn by now. Okay. You guessed as much. So, did they leave you behind too? They shouldn't. They wouldn't. You can't fight. You'd get caught. But you're a traitor here. You know so many people. They treat you unjustly. You have too many methods you could retaliate with. No. I was actually running back to bring you along so you can flee with us. I know I'm a little late for that. I was feeling guilty and scared of running into the army, and I just kept arguing with myself. And now I'm late. It's a good thing you can fight at least. The army can't get their hands on you. Ma'am, say something. You're frightening me. You really are. I am. Why? I really don't know how to apologize to you in any way that makes it better. Honestly, they're a bunch. They're a kind bunch, usually. It's just life these days have driven us mad. You don't need to say anything. It's fine. I don't mind. Think of me like reeds growing on the roadside. I won't poison you or crush you. At most, you'll feel a little stinging from me. Wouldn't mind. Such a white lie. Say that with your hurt written all over your face. Do I look that hurt? You don't need to worry about me, but you do need to flee. Quickly. After last night's fire, the army will be sure to transfer more people from the city to search the wilds here. Right. Of course. There's one more thing, actually. It's a little hard for me to say. I know you're telling us to run, but for the past dozen or so days, we've been hounded by the army this way and that, like beasts in a hunting ground, just going in circles over the waste. We can't shake them. So if I could ask you one more favor, please help us, escort us on our journey so we can catch the carrier truck that saves our lives. Asking a lot for someone y'all left to die. Just saying.